Yo, yo, yo. Welcome back to another episode of Shy Boys Podcast. On today's episode, we got to talk about the young Chicago Bulls players. At the exit interview, DeMar DeRozan said that it's mandatory for anybody that's 24 and younger to work out with him this offseason. Will we see any of those young players get better? We're going to talk about it. But you already know, you got to hear the music first.
Cognac, gang,
Boys Podcast with the Cognac Boys. I'm Cognac Boy Bobby, holding it down on another episode of Shy Boys Podcast for me and my co-host C Dub. If you like what you're listening to today, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Look, so I already just mentioned it, that DeMar DeRozan in his exit interview after the Chicago Bulls lost to the Miami Heat in their last play-in game for the AC, DeMar DeRozan said it's mandatory for the young guys to come out and work out with him. It's mandatory. Now we looking at some of the young players. We got Dalen Terry, Justin Lewis, Patrick Williams, Ayo Dosunmu, Marco, Terry Taylor, Kobe White, and then after that, that's the cutoff. Everybody else, is 25 and over. Hell, Carlick Jones is even 25 years old. But I don't expect all of these young guys to go there. So I'm just going to focus on a good four that should at least be there, and that'll be Dalen Terry, Patrick Williams, Ayo Dosunmu, and Kobe White. My man said it's mandatory, so we gonna see what's to it. But hey, I want to start off with talking about Dalen Terry. Do I believe if these young guys will get better under DeMar DeRozan and working out with him? I will first off say I believe that anytime you go out and you go behind a veteran who's proven in his league, you have the potential to get better. But a lot of the work that you're doing with that veteran, you still got to put in some individual time to work on yourself as well, to lock in with yourself. You know what I'm saying? Learn something from that vet, get into a routine with that vet, but then also put in that extra effort on your own individually to go hire your own coach and work on some other stuff that you need to, so you can go ahead and be better. So starting off with going through these four guys, I want to talk about Dalen Terry. Now, the way I'm going to do is that talk about what I liked and what needs improvement. So with Dalen Terry this season, I love this energy. Every time you looked on the bench, my man was over there dancing, doing his thing, and just being the ultimate teammate, as he should, as a young guy. We always wanted more minutes for him. When other players went down, we wanted more minutes for him. And honestly, it didn't happen much. But it is what it is. And we just got to take it for what it is. But I love this energy. I love that he was able to get out in transition. I love that he always came in and it seemed like he was fearless. But on the flip side of that, I feel like Dalen Terry was a bit erratic. And I feel like working out with DeMar DeRozan, he'll learn how to calm down. My man's be so energized sometimes he don't know how to calm down. So I believe working out with DeMar DeRozan will help Dalen Terry learn how to calm down. And I also expect him to work on shooting, work on how to get into his spots better. And one thing for sure and one thing for certain, I think he needs to tighten up that handle to make it a little more smoother, make it a little more tighter. And when it comes to shooting, we seen Dalen Terry shoot a couple bricks, and we thought it was going to shatter the backboard. So hopefully, you know what I'm saying, he goes in, work out with DeMar DeRozan, get some critiquing, and then takes that individual time to further that development to come a better knockdown shooter from the three, or even just figuring out how he can take advantage of the mid-range as well, since you're going to be working with a guy in DeMar DeRozan who is a mid-range assassin. So next we move on to Patrick Williams. Patrick Williams this season, I believe he was okay. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to do the grades right now because me and we're going to get y'all a full evaluation of Patrick Williams coming soon. But I like how Patrick Williams was able to get to his spots. You know what I'm saying? He became the Bulls' best three-point shooter percentage-wise. And, hey, it showed in most games. The man was able to knock some stuff down. He did get aggressive more down the stretch, but he needs to continue that development to where he can be consistent. I think the number one thing with Patrick Williams moving forward is consistency. He needs to go ahead and see how he can take advantage of matchups. He needs to go ahead so where he can be more vocal when it comes to, on the floor defensively, being more vocal offensively, calling for something if he has a mismatch. So that's some things that I want to see from him moving forward. Now, Patrick Williams, I believe, was a guard in high school. So not some things I want to see him further develop is try to get him to initiate some of the offense. A lot of the times with the Bulls not having a legit point guard before Pat Bev came, you know what I'm saying? The Chicago Bulls, they really left it up to Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan to initiate some offense. I think Patrick Williams has some of that in him, especially from coming with the background that he comes from. You know what I'm saying? Especially if he's going to be some guy to where we always calling him passive P, he should be able to at least pass the damn ball. And I want to see Patrick Williams go out and be more consistent in the form of averaging more shots. The man only averaged about 8 shots per game. We need that. We need him to be more aggressive, especially with some of the people, including myself, coming out like, damn, is DeMar DeRozan really holding Patrick Williams back, or is it all in Patrick Williams' head? That's what it is. Next guy, we going to move on. Next guy is going to be God, where do I start with Ayo Dosunmu? Dosunmu, in my opinion, this year suffered tremendously. He regressed in ways. Now, I know it's going to be some people to be like, well, if you look at the points per game, they're fairly the same. Last year gave you 8.8. This year he gave you 8.6. But if we're looking at the numbers and we want to really dissect the numbers, his field goal percentage is down from 52 to 49. His three-point shooting took a hit. 37% last year from the three-point line, 31% from the three-point line this season. I believe that was all in his head, to be honest with you. I think that was all in his head. I think that was just a response from more teams game planning for him early on in the season. And I also believe that there was some troubles with lack of confidence, because I feel like, yes, a lot of the things that happened to Ayo Dosunmu was supposed to be on him, but there were also some things that should have been taking place from the coaching staff to instill and make sure that this guy was confident to go into each game feeling like he can contribute better than what he did. You know what I'm saying? We seen last year and even some parts of this year, Ayo Dosunmu is better on the run. He's better on the run with the pace moving faster. He can get a bucket in transition. A lot of the times it was a struggle. You got your teammates that played a part in slowing the pace. You got your head coach wanting to take the ball out of your hands. And so there's hopefully him working out with DeMar DeRozan, bring some of that confidence back into him. And he can be able to be an impactful player. Now, I know he coming up on contracts and things like that. I expect Ayo Dosunmu to come back and be a Chicago Bull. I don't think he will command that much money from other teams. So I will say that the front office will be one to hold on to one of their pieces and be like, hey, let's continue to let him develop. He had a good rookie season, had a bad sophomore season. Let's see if he can continue to develop. And so I want him to go ahead and handle his business. I want him to get more confident in that three-point shot. You went from 37% to 31%. So let's get more confident in that shot. Let's work on that ball handling. Let's go ahead and be a little bit more. Let's be more better on the defensive side as well, Ayo. I believe that he was much of a force last year than he was this year. It was a bit challenging for him. But at the end of the day, my man's just need to go. I think the most important thing for Ayo Dosunmu is his confidence. So I think that working with DeMar DeRozan hopefully helps him build his confidence up to where he can be able to take advantage of some of those matchups that he will see moving forward. Now, the last person who I expect to be working out with DeMar DeRozan, and none of this has been confirmed. This is just all speculation. But if it does hold true, this last player, in my opinion, is the most improved player on this team. That's Coby White. Froby. Coby White. My man came in. He came in with he worked out with DeMar DeRozan last year, but he also took the approach that I mentioned early on in the video. He went out and got his own coach as well to help him tighten up that dribble, to help him be able to tighten up that dribble and off the dribble, shoot the damn rock. And that's what Kobe White did. So that's why my man's came in, better defensive player, better handle, better body control in the air going towards the basket. The man is turning into a well-rounded player. I expect Kobe White to be back in the Bulls uniform. I say if he does go and work out with DeMar DeRozan, continue just to get better. Continue to learn how to pick your spots. He did pretty damn good this season with picking his spots. I say let's continue to work on that. Let's continue to work on initiating some offense. That's what I would like to see. I believe he deserves a shot to be the starting point guard, but that's just me speculating, and that's me putting something that holds no weight with how the coaching staff see their team. You know what I'm saying? They could still go out and get themselves a point guard. They could still see Kobe White as a bench player or as their number 1 6 man. So I would at least like to see him have a shot, but nothing is guaranteed. You know what I'm saying? But I would like to see him try to initiate more of the offense, be more consistent in that realm. I know that from what I've seen and looking at some of the film and looking at watching all these games, my man is very, very capable. He is capable, but he has to put it all together. So that'll be the last one, man. Kobe White, he just got to continue to grow. He's the Bulls' most improved player. He did his thing, came in. Let's just continue to fine tune, that guitar and be good to go. Just work on initiating some offense, work on being, I seen some people in there, they was talking about him working on an entry pass. But that's all the things he has a chance. 23 years old, he still got a lot of basketball left in him, and you want to see him develop right. Hey, that's why the other day, me and Unc, we posed a question. Can he be the Chicago Bulls Marcus Smart? Marcus Smart was the Boston Celtics guy, came in very capable. He kept getting passed up by all these different point guards, Kyrie Irving, Kemba Walker, et cetera, et cetera. And they eventually put him in the starting lineup, and he's been golden ever since. So we just got to see what happens with Kobe White, and that's just what it is. So there you have it. The 4 players who I expect will work out with DeMar DeRozan, but nothing is guaranteed. I don't book none of these logistics. It's just all speculation. But I say if these guys do get in there and work out with DeMar DeRozan, they still need to find time on their own, hire some coaches, a dribble coach, a shooter coach, just to help tighten up some things and build that confidence within these young guys, because I really believe that these 4 players will be a part of the Chicago Bulls' future. That's just how I look at it. So y'all let me know down below. How do y'all see it? Do y'all see any of these players, taking advantage of that workout session with DeMar DeRozan and becoming better players? So just let me know down in the comment box below. But hey, if you like what you heard today, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Y'all already know it's Bobby right here on Shy Bulls Podcast. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one.
Cognac.